Hey everyone, how are we doing? It's been a long time since I've done a video on my page, but I'm going to try and get more consistent. And something I'm going to start doing is reviewing the UFC. Obviously, fighting is part of my past and what I've done and competed, and I really enjoy talking about it. So I figured, why not start reviewing some shows and give my opinions on fighters and matchups and what I think is going to happen in these shows. So what I'm going to start with is I'm going to review UFC 205, the first show in New York, which everyone's very excited about. Some good matchups there. So I'm really just going to talk about the main card and like I said, give my opinion and what I think, and we'll see how we go and see how good I am at this. So first fight I want to talk about is Miesha Tate and Raquel Pennington. Miesha Tate, been around for a long time, so has Pennington, but look, in my opinion, I just think when it comes down to the grind and as a fight goes further on, I really think Miesha Tate has got the toughness to grit it out. She's a bit of a slow starter sometimes, and this can be a bit of a risk of hers. Pennington is no slouch on the feet and on the ground, but look, I just think it'll come down to toughness in the end. And if it gets into the later rounds, especially the third round, I really think Tate is someone who can change gears and take it up another level. And I can see Tate taking this one. Maybe not by knockout, but I think she'll get her on points, or maybe a submission. She's very good on the ground as well. As we know, we learned that last one with Holly Holm when she fought. So it should be interesting. I think Tate would probably be trying to out-wrestle her and get her to the ground. So there we go. Tate and Pennington, my call on this is Miesha Tate, probably in the third round, just through toughness. Next fight, Cowboy Cerrone and Kelvin Gastelum. Well, again, it's a good matchup, but I don't think it's a great matchup for Kelvin Gastelum. I think Cerrone's too good on the feet. His Muay Thai is second to none, but definitely the top tier of Muay Thai fighters in the UFC. He knows how to apply it with his jiu-jitsu, and if it hits the ground, he's slick on the ground. He's got a very underrated ground game. So I think if Gastelum, he can wrestle, but I think it'd be a mistake taking Cerrone to the ground. So I really believe that Cerrone can win this fight anywhere he wants to. It's upper division, and I think Cerrone's proven to everyone now that he's got the skills and definitely the size to match some of these guys. I think he'll be the faster fighter. I could possibly see Cerrone taking out Kelvin Gastelum with a head kick. He loves his switch kick. So I won't call it as a knockout, but I do think if Cerrone has a possibility to do this by knockout. But money's definitely on Cerrone. If he gets a good start. He's been known to be, struggle mentally sometimes, but he seems to be going well where he's fighting now in the weight division he's at. He's at 170, and my money's on Cerrone for this one by knockout. I'll call it by knockout. Next fight, Chris Weidman and Yoel Romero. Interesting fight. Both very good wrestlers, but obviously Yoel Romero is a better wrestler and a heavy striker. He's proved he does have some weaknesses when it comes to lasting in the later rounds. But Weidman's not coming off a good past fight. So really, this is quite a hard one to call, in my opinion. But if I had to make the choice, I can see Weidman getting this if he fights to his potential. He's got to come back strong. And whether he comes back with a lack of confidence, I don't know. It's on the big show for both of them, so it could be interesting. Really, this one could go either way. It's an interesting matchup. There's no real standout for me. But again, if I had to call it, I'd probably call Weidman. I don't think by knockout. I think Weidman by just outworking Yoel Romero, but he's definitely got to watch his power. Romero is a powerful fighter, powerful wrestler. So if Weidman can keep the distance, probably work it at range a bit, use his longer punches, and watch out for those big overhands off Yoel Romero. I think he can take this possibly on points. Joanna Jędrzejczyk and Carolina, tough fight, real tough fight. I think this is Joanna's hardest matchup by far. I think Carolina has proven herself to be very worthy of this fight, and it's going to be a hard fight for Joanna. But Joanna's proven that she's got the toughness when it comes into later rounds, but so has Carolina. So this is a really hard one to call. I really think this fight can go either way. I think it'd be a big mistake for Joanna to underestimate her opponent. I think this is her toughest matchup by far, on the ground, on the feet. And I really think it's going to be an interesting fight. I'm super excited about it. I love Joanna, her toughness and her grit. Very hard to stop. And she's shown that she's improved with her wrestling a lot. Early days, there's probably a bit of weakness in her wrestling, but her last fight, she came out and showed she's very hard to take down. And on the ground, she's no slouch. So I don't know if I'd call this one. I think this is really a very, very close fight. The only thing that Joanna's got going for her, she's obviously got the title. She's the champion, so champions have got to be beaten. So Carolina's going to have to come out there and really prove that she deserves that belt. And if it comes down to the final round, I think she's going to find it hard to get her hand raised. So she's really going to have to show that she's can outscore Joanna and work harder than her. She's probably got to try and go 3-1 when it comes to strikes. But good luck with that. Joanna has a high work rate. She comes forward and she's not scared to strike and has amazing Muay Thai, as Carolina does. So this is a really tough matchup for her. She's going to have to watch herself and not be complacent. And yeah, I'm super excited about this fight. Next one, Tyron Woodley and Thompson. Interesting fight. Wonderboy at a distance is phenomenal, and he's shown that his wrestling's improved a lot. But I believe the only way he wins this fight is if he keeps it at a distance. If Tyron Woodley can get Thompson on the back foot, which I think he will try to do, I think Thompson's quite beatable. He's been shown that if you give him range and give him distance, he's phenomenal. His striking would be the best in the weight division, I believe, given the right opportunity. So if Tyron comes forward and puts some pressure on and gets him on the back foot, I haven't seen Steve Thompson fight well off the back foot. I mean, he can, but I don't think it's his forte. I think coming forward and giving him room is where he's a better fighter. So for my money, Tyron can come forward and outwork him and out-hustle him. As much as I'm sure Steve Thompson's improved his wrestling, training with Weidman, I don't think it's at a level of Tyron Woodley. So Tyron goes forward, he wins his fight. He doesn't come forward, I see Steve Thompson winning this fight. So Wonderboy, if he gets it his way, with distance, wins. If Thompson goes forward, if Woodley goes forward and is prepared to take a few, but to get inside those legs, because Wonderboy's legs are another level. You can't give him range, and he's shown that he's very crisp with his striking. When he fought Johnny Hendricks, another level. But styles make fights. Johnny Hendricks didn't fight the right fight, and I think made Steve Thompson, gave him an easier fight than he could have had. So it doesn't mean that he's going to do the same to Woodley. So a lot of people make that mistake and go, well, he beat Hendricks the style he did. That doesn't mean he's going to do the same to Woodley. Woodley's a different fighter, and I believe will come forward more and make it a harder challenge for Wonderboy. But a great fight, very excited. The main bout, Alvarez-McGregor. Well, McGregor coming up a weight division again, going to 155, and I think it's still big enough for 155, no problem. I straight up, my money's on McGregor, not because I like McGregor, but I just believe he's got a bigger skill set, and I think if Alvarez gets his hands on him and wrestles him, yes, he can win this fight. It's going to be a boring fight if that happens, but if Alvarez stays on the outside, I think he'll make the mistake of overcommitting, because he does that. He tries to hit too hard. McGregor's too good with his defense. I see him slipping and ripping and moving and taking Alvarez out by knockout. Definitely by knockout. I think he's got the ability to do that. If Alvarez can just drop a bit of power, focus more on skill and connect in with his techniques rather than overcommitting, he can definitely get McGregor. But I see Alvarez overcommitting, wanting to take McGregor out so badly that he overcommits and McGregor knocks him out. Whether it be like his left hook, who knows? But I definitely see it going that way. Possibly even the first, and McGregor gets into Alvarez's head. Everyone thinks that he's not in their head, but he does get in there. So that's no doubt what he'll be trying to do over the next 5 weeks, is get into Alvarez's head, do what he did to Aldo, get him frustrated, make him overcommit, and then make him miss and pay with the counter. So again, if Alvarez can fight his own fight and not get caught up in the games, he can definitely win. But I don't think that'll happen. I think McGregor's too good mentally and physically, and I think he'll get into Alvarez's head, and I see him losing by knockout. So there's my call. Yeah, they're my calls on the fights. I'm going to do this regularly. I enjoy talking about it. I'm looking to start my own podcast and get together with some other people and talk about different topics. But this is my first video, just making a bit of a review. And yeah, I enjoy doing it. Give me some feedback, see what you think, and I will do more. Hope you enjoyed it and enjoy the fights. Give me some feedback on other things you want me to talk about. I love getting involved. Thanks for watching. See ya.